Hello, so welcome back. This is episode 4 of my Oxygen Not Included playthrough. In the last episode, episode 5, sorry. In the last episode, episode 4, we plumbed in a washroom, and we started our first ranching setup. And we talked about what effective plumbing looks like. We started getting rid of all of this, what can only be described as shit water. And hopefully we're going to get this a bit more polished today. But yeah, we're going to first thing I'm going to have to do, build another ranch on top of there. And we are working towards going fully, full ranches for food. So we're going to hopefully sort of start living on omelettes and get that set up relatively quickly. All goes well. This area is pretty much cleared out bar that one tile. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to build some tiles in. Build them out of sedimentary rock. Just build some tiles in, and then hopefully that'll prevent the polluted oxygen build-up. It's probably good for it anyway. But yeah, so in terms of where we're at with things, we are slowly building up a water supply as from the overflow from the toilets, and we are sort of getting all of the polluted water out of here, and this is still running. It is getting smaller and smaller, so hopefully we can figure out where we're going to put that, because it can't live in these really. That's going to drive me a bit mental. But yeah, let's get started on our next set of ranches. I'll have to be quite careful, because if I do this wrong, I'm going to really, with this polluted water here, actually I might have to get rid of this first. But anyway, we need to go up there, so regardless, we're going up a little bit. In terms of research, we now have the park sign, which is really good news, generally. What else could we get? I think it's a good idea to pretty much constantly have your research going. I'm going to get the solid transport next, because with us having the ranches, they are very easy to set up an automation for, as in like automating the coal and where the coal goes. So we're going to get that researching away, and they're cramped again. Damn. Yeah, that's going to really sort itself out quite quickly. But for now, crack that egg, and hopefully. Yeah, so what's happened here is the way cramping works, it goes on how many creatures could be in the ranch rather than how many are in the ranch. What I mean by that is, if there are, say, 7 hatches in there and there are 2 eggs, it counts 9, in the sense that an egg counts for a critter. So it's very easy to accidentally overcramp, which is why I'm going to set up the auto sweepers to filter out the eggs and put them elsewhere. And then I'm going to set up some incubators, and the rest of the eggs are just going to get cracked, really. But yeah, so let's get to work on this. So we're going to go into the slime biome. I'm going to run a power wire up. See, now this is another issue in scenarios like this. Build a power bridge. Dismantle the wire and set both of them to quite a high priority, and that way it gets kind of done quite quickly. Devon can't do digging errands, can he? Okay, so we'll use some copper and get a heavy wire sort of built in, because we're going to need some power over here, mainly for deodorizers, because I'm conscious that I don't want to contribute any more polluted water. So we're going to run the power wire, get a transformer down there, and then we'll get some deodorizers going. Again, I'm going to try and do a very similar thing, where I filter the oxygen, the polluted oxygen out, I should say, by deodorizer. I'm going to put another storage bin down, same type of deal as this, same priorities, so they don't start moving from one to the other. This polluted oxygen, is that moving over? I mean, that looks like it's moving over. Maybe. I mean, that's going to go eventually. It's not too big a deal at the moment, but definitely something I'm aware of. And as I say, this will all become a ranch, but first I need to move this polluted water somewhere else. Even if I just move it into this bit a little bit more, I'm not talking like a big amount, I just need it so this wall here stays consistently non-polluted. And if I try to build a wall there now, what will happen is the polluted water, when I dig, it will just flood, which would be catastrophic. But yeah, I think we're going to do some shipping today. I think that's going to be the main focus, and this is finished finally. So I'm going to hook this back up, because there's no water there. I'll let it figure itself out, but we can deconstruct the pipe for now. It's also got some polluted oxygen up here. I haven't figured out how I'm going to get rid of that yet, or whether I need to. It's not particularly, like, there's not a lot there, and they never really breathe that high. But I'm conscious that it can cause some problems, maybe somewhere. Our stress isn't a problem at the moment, but I'm going to put down a park sign anyway, purely because if I don't put it down now, I'll forget, and that will pretty much solve all of the stress problems we're going to have for the lot of the early game, because that's going to create, quite conveniently, a nature reserve. And what I've done here, if you've been watching from episode 1, thank you, firstly. Secondly, you'll know that I left these wild plants here. I've done that now, and it makes sense, because when you go into the room overlay and you look at your nature reserve, 4 wild plants, this room has 7, because I've not mined them up. And when they walk out the bedroom to go and eat or to go to the toilet, which they'll do every day, they will pass through what is now a nature reserve. And because of that, their morale will pretty consistently be, they'll be quite happy all of the time, really, which would be great. Sweet. Okay, let's get started. Let's get some, I think we'll build out a granite here. Yeah, that should be fine. Is this granite? Yeah, that's perfect. New printable. Let's see what we got. Barn lily. We don't really need another duplicant for now. I think we will need a chef, but although to be fair, we have got what's his face. Was Devon the chef, or was it Stinky? One of them was a chef. Yeah, at the moment I'm not going to take anything. I'm just going to take the palm lily. I think it's, generally speaking, a little bit better to just hold off taking duplicants on, unless you need them. And when I say need them, I mean like there is a job that needs doing, like a specific task or type of work that you can't do without. Like you wouldn't survive without them. If you would survive more than a cycle without that job, so if I'm talking farmer, if you don't have a farmer and you need a farmer, get one. But otherwise, you're kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, we don't really need a chef at the minute. But we will eventually. Shipping of the region. Perfect, right. So I'll get some dig errands going, and I will cut to when I get started on the shipping stuff. Okay, so I've set some dig errands away. They're basically just going to carve out a big gap for this polluted water to go, so I'm going to keep an eye on that. But for now, I think we're ready to get started on shipping. So for shipping, there are sort of various different types of ways to do it. The big one is the solid filter, which we're going to need, but not just yet, because truthfully, I'm not going to set that up just yet. I will set it after research though. The main sorts of tools that I use are the auto sweepers and the conveyor loaders, and then obviously the conveyor rails to move things. So when you look at an auto sweeper, you get a range, and truthfully, there's not a lot these guys can do without anything else. So like if I put one there, it would be literally useless. What it's currently doing is moving from this storage bin to there, and to get it to put things on a rail, you need to get a conveyor loader, and that'll get built there now, and effectively this will ship wherever I tell it to. that I'm going to ship it sort of in line with my ladder. No particular reason why, I just want to. And I'm going to run it to here, and I'm going to get it to drop out. I'll put it there for now, but effectively I'm going to put an auto sweeper in here, like there. I'm going to want it to drop out here. And what's going to happen is I'm going to set the conveyor loader to pick up coal. The coal is going to run down here, and the auto sweeper, when the coal generator requests power, it is going to pick up the coal from here and drop it off in there. Now, the point of doing it like this, I suppose, is to save your duplicants having to run around. So effectively, the duplicant would have to go from, so the duplicate comes out of bed, and their first task of the day is pick up the coal generator and power it. They would have to come out of here, walk along here, have to go to where the coal is first, so they'd go up the ladder, get to here, pick up a hatch, pick up the coal, come down the ladder, all the way to the coal generator, put it in the coal generator, turn the coal generator on type thing, and then from there they would have to go back on and crack on with whatever they were doing. So it's quite a long journey for them to make. This basically completely saves them having to do that, which is obviously ideal. And they're getting to work on that straight away, which is always nice. We're cramped again in here, so I'm going to... Who is off again? Ah, right. He has dug himself into a hole. There we go. Right. Panic over. But yeah, as I was saying, we're cramped again. Truthfully, I have no idea how we're cramped. I'm going to sage hatchling next, so I'll crack that. Because I'm not interested in sage hatchlings for now. Yeah. I mean, they eat slime, which obviously would be nice, but it may not have to keep them somewhere that's slimy, like down here. That's not actually a bad idea, that is it, really? Do they need anything special in terms of, like, polluted water or, like, polluted oxygen? Or did they just, like, kind of... Looks like they just kind of crack on. So, actually, ignore what I said about, you know, cracking that egg. I'm just going to keep him for now. I'm going to build... Was it there? 96 tiles. Or do I need 100 tiles? I need 100 tiles internally. Like that. I will build 2 tiles there. I'll not build tiles there for now. And I will build another ranch here for sage hatchlings. I will have to set the incubators up, because I'd quite like to get that going, really. But for now, I think it would probably be wise to get in my ranch. Once I've done that as well, really, the polluted oxygen in here is getting to a point where I can integrate it with the rest of my base, and that would be really nice because we'd have a lot more space. But I mean, the temperature's good, so we're gonna get a ranch going in there. In terms of, for now, I think I'm just gonna leave it for now. It's not that big of a deal. Not hugely anyway. There we go. These are going to crack on with that. And the conveyor rails are going to get done as well. And once that's up and running, I will show you. Okay, so welcome back. We are in the middle of a crisis. Because I rather intelligently forgot to hook up the toilets again, so the toilets have been not working. Oh, that's good as well. I've managed to hook them up incorrectly, and as such, literally every single one of my duplicants needs to go up the toilet, and we have 0 available toilets, which is great. So I'm just building these back in, and I will sort out this mess rather immediately. 2 of them have now. I don't know where the other one was. Yeah, there he is. Right. That's not great. Yeah, this is not great. I think, to be honest, as long as my water supply stays non-polluted, it's going to be okay. Yeah, this is why it's important to have toilets, truthfully. Because this stuff starts off-gassing and... But yeah, I mean, things like this happen. But I'd rather it not go uncleaned up. Because, I mean, it's just a nightmare, really. Got anyone on tidying? I think that's going to be the next thing, isn't it? Yeah, let's put Devon on tidying. And hopefully this gets... I mean, this looks like it's getting sorted out quite quickly. In the slightly better news, they've managed to get through the slime biome. But the toilets are back, so we're going to get most of this stuff sorted as well. So, yeah, it was a... That was a crisis, but it wasn't too bad, truthfully. I think we've done okay. Yeah. I've also built in some deodorizers here, just in the interest of not polluting my base. But I believe it might be time for a conveyor bridge very shortly. Yeah, very shortly. And that's going to hopefully conveyor filter, sorry, and that'll help us filter out the eggs to the kitchen. But yeah, no, I thought I'd share the crisis. But yeah, I will cut to when the shipping stuff is set up and the next few ranches are. Okay, so welcome back. The shipping now is pretty much complete. The conveyor loader is full with a whopping 1 ton of coal, and it is just pending getting 2 rails built, which will be done by probably Devon, really, when he gets around to it. I'm also going to get another bed, because I think it might be time to get an operator duplicate, so I'm going to put another bed in, and hopefully that the snoring won't be an issue. My power generator is down. Yeah, that's not great either, is it? As I say, if I can get those two things in and get the sweeper in, we'll be kind of laughing. But the batteries aren't recharging either, so that tells me we need another generator, which is fine. I'll put another generator in, and then yeah. So this will start shipping little packets of coal. If you can see that behind the heavy watt wire, they will just go and go and go until they will drop out here, and then the auto sweeper, when the generator requests for it, it will fill it up. I'm going to say probably 50%, and that's just going to stack there for now, and hopefully that won't be a problem. I will sweep this stuff up at some point, probably when I have a little bit less coal, truth be told. I would advise clipping, and like, I don't know what you'd call it, like tagging on which resources are like your non-renewable, not your non-renewable, but your mission critical resources. I'd have them there, because you kind of want to know how much coal you've got to play with before problems start happening. Anyway, I have built in some additional space for another ranch. I've actually built in for 2, which is just good. I'm not too bothered about it being polluted oxygen here, although I would like to get rid of it if I can. So I'm going to build in maybe 2 deodorizers there, 2 there, and I will build a transformer up here. Now, you're probably wondering, why am I building another transformer? The reason I'm doing that, purely, I don't want my existing transformer to be where it is. Simply put, I just want a new transformer, so I can have another ranch here. But has Devon locked himself out? He has. Nice work. If you can do that sort of now, that would be great. It's my fault, like, because I shouldn't have built it. But right, and then we'll put just a normal door. Box this in. Get rid of that. Get rid of all of these. Yeah, so we're going to have another 2 ranches here. And, I mean, hopefully we can get another duplicate here. So, who have we got to play with? I mean, cannot do building errands. Typically, I would say that's really bad. And I'm not happy with the decreased husbandry. But quick learner is obviously huge. And machinery interest is huge. So I'm going to go for P. We'll go with P. And she's just going to get started for us. But yeah, I think so far we're in what I would describe as like safe territory. We've not killed anyone yet. Nothing bad is particularly happening. The food situation's okay. I do need to set up some freezing, but I mean we haven't explored very far at all. I've kind of been focused on making sure we're doing things right, rather than, you know, branching out and getting to places that we probably could do with avoiding. I mean, there is a nice biome down there, but I'm not particularly bothered. Yeah, another one there as well. As I say, this is churning away still, and we have almost filled, like, what, 10? Oh my god, we're going to have, like, what? Is that 50 tons of polluted water, at least, that I'll just have to dispose of somewhere else? Oh, right, well, that'll be fun. I think this could be a good polluted water tank. So I might actually get started on converting this to a tank. Yeah, that might just be wise. If I just drop in some more tiles, I think this is going to be our polluted water tank. So I'll effectively just run one big long pipe. I suppose there's an argument to say that I could have waited. I mean, I definitely could have waited and just pumped it all straight up there. I definitely should have waited. But it is what it is, isn't it? It's not like I'm pressed for power at this stage. We have got incubators now. So I'm going to put down... I mean, they are quite expensive. So I'm going to say I'm going to put down one. I'll put it there. And I will put down an automation. I want a critter sensor. I want this to go here. And I will get a shipping. I want my solid filter. And I'm going to put my filter probably there. So I'm going to deconstruct that rail there. And hopefully from there we can get some filters going. So effectively these critter sensors, I mean, it's kind of like baked beans in it. It does what it says on the tin. They just check how many eggs are in a room or critters. I'm going to use it for eggs though. I'm going to set up a solid filter. Oh, I've got to put it there, but never mind. We'll just deconstruct that and get another one going. But effectively, I want this to come out here. And I want to have a conveyor chute. And I want this linked up to my critter sensor, and I'll explain why. And then I want, if it's not going there, I just want it to loop straight back round, bridge over, and come out here. So now effectively, what this will do, this will check to make sure there's 3 eggs in here, and if there's not 3 eggs in here, it will send the eggs up to the egg cracker, and I'm hoping that will make it very clear how many eggs we have to crack and get through. I don't know if there's a better way to automate this. See if there's above 3, send a green signal. Send a... Yeah, we'll just... That'll be fine. I hope. I'm not actually going to put the incubator on, but I will put the 1 hatchling egg in there. Because I'd quite like to get this up and running. But as I say, we'll see. But yeah, once this all gets built, I'll cut back in and explain how the filter works. Okay, so now some of you may be wondering how the hell is this going to stop my chef from grabbing the eggs from down here and moving them up to the egg cracker and cracking them. You are right to question. However, this is the current setup. Effectively, all of this coal is going through the filter, and that means anything else in this room that fits the description of what's ticked off in here, which will be hatchling eggs, sage hatchling eggs and stone hatchling eggs. It will filter through here and come out here. If there are less than 3 critters in this room, it will drop the egg outside of this chute. If not, it will go up to here. So if there's 3 critters in here, 3 eggs, it will... Good example, here we go. Speed it up. It's going to drop these out here, like that. And if it's not below 3, so I'm actually going to set that to below 4, sorry. It's going to send this way, and then it will go to here, and then I will set it to crack stone hatchling eggs just forever. And you're wondering, well, why doesn't Stinky, bless him, just run through here and grab the eggs and disappear? So this is where we set up door automation. I think this should work. I set no one can go through these doors except my rancher. Who is my rancher? I believe it's Devon. Devon's my rancher. So Devon can go both ways through the door, and that's it. Everyone else, no dice. So effectively that means that when it comes to cracking the eggs, I'll put it on forever, but really he can't get there to do it. He just can't. And with that in mind, it just won't become a problem. It'll kind of always be relatively safe. I've also got the liquid pump going to dump all of my polluted water. But yeah, this is the shipping setup, and it should kind of just work now for as long as I wanted to. When I build more ranches, I will just tack it onto the line, and it will just kind of go and go and go. So yeah, I'm gonna get another few ranches put in, and I might cut back. Yeah. Okay, so welcome back. The additional ranches have been set up now. I'm gonna sort of sweep everything up, and I should get around to doing that. But yeah, so these ranches all now qualify as stables. They're the biggest size they can be, which is 96 tiles. In terms of the shipping, the impact of adding more on, I literally just line it all up. So it just goes onto the one line, goes through the one filter, and basically just continues doing what it's doing. I have made the decision to lock these doors because the stone hatchling egg was taken rudely. So just to avoid any further issues, I've just locked them, and that way it should never really become a problem. In terms of power usage, I've got it running off 2 transformers, the one up here, which is powering just the top ranch, and the one down here powering the bottom 2. There's probably room for another ranch or 2 or 3 or God knows how many up here, but I don't think I'll be adding them just yet, as currently we are, I don't know, we're fine for food. No omelette, which is a bit strange, because I mean really we should have raw egg, but as I say, it doesn't particularly matter. Once the hatch population gets up a little bit more, it will be smooth sailing really. We'll have what, 24 hatches per, it's just for the colony. So 6 duplicants on 24 hatches. I'm sure we'll be fine. But no, yeah, that's pretty much all I've got for today. Thank you so much for watching, if you have, if you've made it this far. No, yeah, in the next one we will probably go over either some more critter ranching with Dracos, or perhaps we'll look to get some Atmo suits up and running, using, you know, the plant method. But yeah, no, so thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in episode 6.